Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you yet again with another Free the Piece Friday episode where we are going to take a look at some sweet, exclusive Auto World trucks. And this time we got B&B Farm Toys, farm trucks. Okay, these are sweet. I really like them, I'm going to say straight up, because they're nice stock-looking trucks, and that looks fantastic. So we are, of course, going to open these. But now I asked B&B Farm Toys. I sent them a message on, I believe, Facebook, and I just asked them, "Hey, would you be interested in me doing a video? If you wanted to send me a set of these, I would be happy to do a video for you. That would be fantastic." And of course, he said yes. He would check out the YouTube channel, and then he said yes. I will go ahead and send them over to you. So absolutely cool to get these. And then, to my surprise, when I opened up the box yesterday, he had also sent me the Ultra Red. And not only that did he send me the Ultra Red, well, he also sent me another Ultra Red, because there's actually two different Ultra Reds to collect on this one. So basically, it's not like a standard Auto World release. You know, some of these hobby exclusives, sometimes they're going to have like an A and a B and a one Ultra Red. Well, in his case, the B&B Farm Toys release, there is an Ultra Red variation for each truck. So basically, that means that each one of these trucks is basically a standalone release. They're limited to 2520. So 2,520 pieces, and I believe that is 2,520 each. It's not a split between the two. And then, of course, these Ultra Reds are going to be very limited as well. You can pre-order these, I think, still right now. Technically, they are not released as far as I know. You can go on the B&B Farm Toys website, which is bnbfarmtoys.net. It used to be a .com. They had to switch it to a .net. That's a longer story than we're going to talk about right now. But essentially, you can go there and you can pre-order them. And they did state, actually, that randomly they will be throwing some of these Ultra Reds in the pre-orders. So that is really cool. And the other thing that's really cool about these is the pre-order price is very, very reasonable for your typical hobby exclusive Auto World truck. So you can check out this if you want to read this here. You know, basically they're based in Illinois, state right below me. So really cool. I got these very, very quickly. So, and they specialize in tractors, trucks, harvesting equipment, even outrageous tractor pull competition vehicles. And that's true. If you go to their website, you'll see a bunch of that stuff. They're not a typical diecast, or not what you normally would see from a hobby dealer. They deal in a complete like niche I wasn't even really aware of existed in 1/64 scale. And actually, there's some really cool stuff on their site. Some really cool like tractor pull stuff, which I thought was pretty interesting. And I might be interested in showcasing actually some of that as well, because I think it would be kind of cool to take a look at. All right, but anyway, this episode, of course, is about the trucks. So you got your typical kind of Auto World style packaging, but there is no Auto World written actually on the front of the packaging. It's B&B Farm Toys. It does say Auto World, by the way, though, on the back of the card, of course. And round 2 there. GM licensing, all that good stuff. Auto World Garage, Auto World fans. I don't know if the Auto World Garage site is back up and like working like normally. I haven't checked that in a long time. I might have to check that out. But anyway, here we go. So here's the trucks. You can read that right here. It talks about them being on farms, coast to coast for generations. These trucks are still in service after 40 years. You know, because people on farms know how to maintain things. Very, very cool. All right, so let's go ahead and open the green one up to start. Let's free the piece. Like I said, I was a fan of these when I first saw them announced, because of the fact that they were basic looking trucks. They're not wild. I mean, I like having something different, like you know, there's an MG Minis one that's coming out with Speed Racer and stuff like that. There's some really cool stuff, but I do like the stock appearance, and you guys know that from watching my channel, is that this is the kind of stuff that I really kind of prefer. Is more of your stock looking trucks. And this is a great color for this truck. It's a nice kind of metallic like green, and it's got the silver on the side, and I think it looks absolutely good, and I really do like it. So this is my favorite wheel so far, too, for this truck casting that we've seen, is that wheel right there. That's been my favorite so far. I think it looks really cool. I like the stock height, so it's not the lowered truck. It's great that this truck does give you quite a bit of variety. And I get it, there's a ton coming out and stuff like that. I think this release is definitely one to have. And, and I've preached this, a few times. These are very limited. They're going to be a lot more limited than your standard fair Auto World release, which means get them while you can. I don't foresee the square body pickup popularity going away anytime soon. And these Auto World, these new collectors, when they start to see Auto World and start to collect Auto World square bodies and stuff like that, when they have to go back in the catalog to try to complete a collection, these are the kind of stuff the kind of trucks that are going to be tough pickups, any of these hobby exclusive releases. So, I know there's a lot coming out, but I'm telling you, if you don't get them now, you're going to struggle completing that collection later. It's just the truth. So very, very nice. I love this this color. I prefer this one. I think is my favorite out of the two, between the blue and the green. I think the green one, to me, just looks cooler. But very nice indeed. All right, so should we do Ultra Red right away for the green one? No, let's do Ultra Reds last. Let's do the blue truck first. So here's the blue one. Here's a look at that card art. I believe there's been mainstays, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so this is the same premium fact blurb on the blue one. The only real difference, of course, other than the blue truck, is the blue card art. And I think it's got kind of a similar type of finish going on, except it's blue. So let's go ahead and open it up. And again, bnbfarmtoys.net, and you will find these trucks available on there. All right, so this one's not really metal flake. I don't think. Well, it does have a bit of sparkle in there. Yeah, it does. Okay. It's a nice color blue. And, of course, with the silver stripe. And it looks quite good. I still think I like the green one the best. But, of course, you can get a set. Go get a set there. And like I said, these are very fair priced on that website. This is the version 2 of the tooling that will have 3 rivets, which means you don't have a likelihood really of getting a crooked bed. Some of the earlier releases of this tooling did not have that 3rd rivet in there. And there was, some chance of some bed separation here. But the ones with the 3 rivets, that's pretty much always going to be solid and straight, which is fantastic that you don't have to worry about that. And that's really shows that Auto World does care about quality, is the fact that they did switch that up and change that. So, yeah, so I'm a fan of that. I think that's a great idea. It's awesome that they did that. Okay, let's get into the chase cars. So, and when I was talking to B&B, I don't think originally he was aware that they were going to be different for each release. But I think this was the original idea as to how it was supposed to look like. And then these other release ones came with a white stripe instead of a silver one. Well, I'm going to tell you, that's going to do one thing for some collectors, especially completionists are going to go nuts because they're going to have to now pick up both of these, and I doubt they'll be too cheap. But the cool thing is, like I said, if you pre-order these, you do have a chance at scoring an Ultra Red in your order. Like flat out did say that. He said that they will be sneaking a few of these in with pre-orders. I'm not sure how many or what the deal is with that exactly, but all I can tell you is that is a possibility. Okay? So that might be worth it for you. But again, I'm a fan. Why am I a fan? Not just because they sent these to me, and that is fantastic that I didn't have to try to find these or source these, because obviously these trucks can get pretty expensive. So I'm very, very thankful that they hooked me up with the reds. I did not expect that at all. But the reason why I really like them, of course, and you guys know when I talk about Auto World chases, okay? Chase cars, I get it. They don't need to look like real cars you would see on the road. But when they do, it is a bonus, such as this truck. So it's just a nice colored red, and it's an ultra red, but it doesn't have, colored tires. It's got normal black tires. So I like that. I'm a fan of that. Big fan of that. And it's okay. I've kind of warmed up to the white tires and the red tires being on Ultra Reds, and it does make them look pretty sharp sometimes, depending on the color scheme and all that good stuff. But, or depending on the graphic scheme or whatever. But you guys know that, this is really kind of more up my alley for an Ultra Red. You can't say that that's not a killer looking Ultra Red, because it is. It's fantastic. And I think, honestly, it looks better than just having the white stripe, having this silver one. I think looks really cool. Let's go ahead, though, and free the piece on this one. And here it is. So, of course, same deal, except for we've got a white accent. And there's a reason to like this one, too. And I'll tell you what the reason is. The reason is because it goes back to the old days of Ultra Reds. That's why I'm a big fan of it. It is actually really cool. It goes back to the old days of Ultra Reds. And what I mean by that is that, back in the day, and I was looking at this because I was redoing my Auto World spreadsheet and stuff like that. Yes, I keep a spreadsheet on Auto World. Yeah, I'm a nerd. But, all the early releases of Ultra Reds all had white accents. Like, that was the thing that they did. I could pull an example real quick, but I'm not going to. But my point is, if you look at the older Ultra Reds, you would have something that would happen like exactly like this. If you had a car such as this, there's a good chance on the Ultra Red they would give it a white accent somewhere, and oftentimes they would take something like where this color break is here to have the silver, they would take that and they would turn it white, and that would be part of the chase traits. And that's what they used to do with pretty much all of the chases, I would say, up until probably up until the License Premium line died out. So all the way through License Premium 3. And then I think they stopped doing that on Premium Release 4. If I recall correctly. And then they started doing it based on the traits of a particular version of the car. Anyway, we're getting into the weeds here on what Ultra Reds are. But and someday, I swear, I will put something together explaining all the Ultra Reds of every single release that's ever come out at some point in time. I'll get something together. It might have to be a series of Lamley articles. I think that's probably what it will have to be. And hopefully you guys would enjoy it. But I'm just nerd enough to be able to want to be able to do that. And it helps me keep it straight in my head, too, having to write it all out. But anyway, this is an awesome Ultra Red. And that is why, to me, it's a fantastic Ultra Red. Because it's very classic of a Auto World Ultra Red. There is no color tires. It is straight up Ultra Red color, and it has the white side, which looks, I think, fantastic. It does have the silver still on the tailgate, but it has white. See that white strip right underneath? So if you look at this one, that strip would be silver, and on this one you can see the white strip across the back. I think that's really cool. I mean, it's cool to have both. This one, I think, looks the best, but this one is cool just from a totally different perspective. So I guess both are winners. And I can't say these are going to be cheap. You're probably going to find some on eBay, and they are going to be probably expensive. There's no doubt in my mind. Even the Ultra Reds that are not very limited at all, well, and by that I mean, ones that there's over 1,000 of, and stuff like that, when these ones are going to be more in the numbers of like maybe 100 each, something like that. I can't figure it out on the top of my head, but yeah, some are in that range, 75 to 100 or whatever a piece are going to be out there. It's still very, very rare, or not very many of them made, very, very limited. You got, and then you got the regular release Ultra Reds, like the store Walmart release ones, which are not nearly as limited. So even the regular ones are expensive. These are going to be probably expensive too. All right. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. bnbfarmtoys.net is where you can pick these up. I believe you can also pick them up on their Facebook page. I'm sure you can order them through there. He does have an Instagram as well. I don't know if they're super active on Instagram, but they are on there. So I would say Facebook, or just go right to their website, likely is going to be the best place to pre-order these. And I think they come out very soon. I think they're actually starting to ship like this Monday. There's still some available. They made, quite a few of them. They got about 2,500 of each, right? So that's a good number. And I think this release was lesser known out of all the hobby releases that were to come out. I think a lot of people kind of missed this one being announced. And part of that probably is because they sell at that B&B Farm Toys website stuff that's not really what I would call mainstream 1/64 diecast collector stuff. So they may not have as much of a presence maybe as like another hobby dealer that sells Hot Wheels stuff, for instance. All right, that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys like these trucks. I am a fan of them, and for many reasons. And very, very cool of B&B to go ahead and send me these trucks to show you. So there they are. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have yourself a great day.